Guys, Dani Ceballos is a player I've watched extensively, a player I really like. He's not the finished article, and he has got a lot of edges that need to be polished, but he does look like a player. I had no prior knowledge of him prior to the 2015 UEFA Under-19s Championship. I believe it was the same one Asensio dominated. And yeah, them two controlled it. They controlled every game. Them two dominated every game. Them two ran the show. I mean, you saw Dani Ceballos at the. I mean, not Dani Ceballos. Asensio at the time. Fortunately for Madrid, I think they actually already agreed for him to leave his Mallorca, I believe, to go to Madrid. If he didn't agree, if Asensio did not agree that, I'm so sure a lot of big teams would have signed him on the spot because every game he dominated it. But it's not about him. Dani Ceballos was behind him as well. He's shown he can score goals. He's shown there's a lot that I could talk about. But let me try and get some structure. Firstly, great pass, but he's still naive. What I mean by that is he can get his head down. He can get caught up in the moment. If he does the skill and beats one man, rather than think about the options or the context of the match, he can get a bit excited and just get lost in the present. He's got a lot of play acting stuff that I really don't like in his play. He's been known to dive. He's been known to play act and exaggerate. All of that gives you a negative reputation, as you obviously know, towards referees. So when legit challenges or legit fouls or legit decisions need to be made, they're going to have a bias towards you because you've been a cheater. Like I said, he still gets caught in the moment in regards to overplaying. So you can't really trust him fully in that sense. I mean, the biggest thing for young players is to be able to trust them. I'm not talking about their ability and actually playing them in a football match. I mean, trusting them in 90 minutes throughout the whole season, whether you're going to be consistent or not. Are you going to try and make the right decisions? Are you going to not get caught up in old habits? Are you going to try to get out them old habits? And he is. I mean, he's 20. He's 20. I think he's going to turn 21. This year he's been sporting blonde hair, so you can't have missed him playing for Betis. Again, another player who played good against Barcelona. He's got an eye for goal. He likes a lot. He likes to shoot from range. He's not afraid to tackle for a small and someone of his playing style and characteristics. They're typically just pretty players. He's shown he can play on the left-hand side, which I don't think he's a winger, but he can play there. Typical Arsenal stuff. He can play through the middle. He's actually played deep line / defensive mid at some instances as well. So there's some scope. And when you consider Santi's not on his last day, there's some scope to work with him. He hasn't got the biggest of release clauses. I think it's around 50 mil to Betis. There's rumours Madrid are in for him. But yeah, of course we're blessed with these sort of similar players. But he does look like a player. I'm not saying he's going to be world class or anything to write home about, but I do really believe he could be a relatively household name, and he's destined to leave Betis and play at a higher level than that, in my opinion. Like I said, he shoots from distance. He's not afraid to tackle. His finishing could improve, but he likes to shoot from range. There's a lot to like about Dani Ceballos. His passing, he loves a long pass. He can do this short passing thing. He can create space for himself. He can float between the lines. He's a typical Spanish player. There's not much more to be said. He's got good balance. For me, it's the finding space. He can find space out of nothing. That's a very good quality because it means that you're thinking without the ball, and a lot of players don't really do that, in my opinion. So guys, Deluded Guna, Dani Ceballos of Betis, we should really be considering that 15 million euro release clause in pounds, however that much is. I'm not an expert on exchange rates either, but I'd say that's around 12, 13. That can't be the biggest of gambles. Easily, we haven't got the most valuable departures or people that need to leave our club, but you can. I'm pretty sure with the players that are deemed needing to leave or whatever, 15 mil can be recouped. I'm pretty sure Jenkinson, Debussy, and insert your other crap player there can be recouped for that. But guys, not to waffle, Deluded Guna, Dani Ceballos, or forgive me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Yeah, that is someone we do need to be looking at.